Okay, here we go. All right, now for an explanation of Shop Job 1101. What we're doing here is we're just building on a theme that we started in 901. And all we're doing is adding a jog functionality, but this time we're doing it via a selector switch. Okay, so if you look at our input devices, we're going to have our mushroom head, but now we have a two position selector switch where position A is going to be jog. I'm sorry, A is going to be run and B is going to be jog. And then we're going to have our normal stop start push buttons and our contacts. And then the only output device that we're really energizing inside the PLC is our uh, control relay. We do add a light. It's the blue pilot light. It's going to show that we are jogging. So we're gonna add control of a light in this one as well. Okay, so I'm going to go back over to my program here. Now this is 1001 that I have up here. We could use this one or we could use 901. I'm just going to go ahead and use this one because I have it uh, already on the screen. I'm going to go off. Oops. I'm going to go offline. Okay, and I'm gonna basically make this 901 by dragging my stop button back up there because that's where we normally want it. And so now we need to disable this rung. We need to do it with a selector switch. Okay, so if we come over to our information sheet that tells us all of our PLC addressing, we're going to find that our two position selector switch comes in at 0.0/3, and position A, the switch is closed, and position B, it's open. That's going to be very important. So A is closed and B is open. And I said in the job sheet that position A was run. Okay, so now looking back here at the program, what we want to do is disable this down here, and we have to pick an instruction. Well, if I wanted to be run, and on the information sheet position A was closed, that means we want to examine if closed here, and we're going to use I:0.0/3, and this is going to be my what did I actually have on the job sheet? I said that this was mode. We need to go to my edit. Select text. Okay, here. And I am going to put that in here. Of course, I want to hit enter after these. Okay, and I don't need the parentheses on this. Okay, so we'll do it that way to just show. And we're just going to call this mode. Okay, that's will be our symbol there. Okay, so what this is saying is if our mode switch is in the A position, that's run, and if it's in the B position, that's jog. And we know from looking at our information sheet that A is closed. Okay, so if A is closed, that means we needed to use the examine if closed over here. Okay, so that's all we're going to need for the control portion of this. Let's zoom out here just a little bit. We just need to add a rung for our light. Okay, so I'm going to click on add a new rung. Okay, and we'll have our light. Let's jump back over to our IO assignments page, and we got to go down to outputs, and our blue light right here shows that it is output 0.0/2. So O:0.0/2, and on the job sheet, what did I call this? I said motor jogging, and then I also called that jogging. Okay, so I'm going to come over here and say motor jogging, and then here. Okay, so there's my light. If I could spell, that'd be good. Okay, so now all we need to do is just discern what is going to determine whether that light comes on or not. Well, we know we have the selector switch, right? And the selector switch is said mode A is run and B is jog. So we know we want the selector switch in the B position. And then if we look at the I/O assignments for that input, the B position is open. So coming back over to our here, we want to examine if open. Okay, and that would be this address right here. If it's open, our blue light's going to come on. Now, if you look at the job sheet closely, I believe that I said in the description that when the jog mode is selected, the blue light shall be illuminated. So that's exactly what we have. So that's perfect. Okay. So this means when we select the jog mode, the blue light's going to come on. That'll let the operator know that if they push the start button, it's not going to stay running. It is going to stop when you release that start button. Okay. So let's go ahead and test this. I'm going to download it. Before I do anything else, I want to come up here and I want to change this to 1101, right? And I want to do a file, save as 1101, because we don't want to lose our old program. Okay. So there is our 1101, and then we're going to download this. Okay, and so we're running, and we can see the selector switches, the pilot lights, and the status of the relays here. I'm going to go ahead and, okay, my selector switch, as you can see, up is A on this particular panel, and down is B. So we are in the run mode. Up is A means closed, so that means we have logical continuity with that instruction. So when I hit start here, we're going to energize this. That's going to close. This will have been energized by us there, and we are going to hold that decision in, and the motor starts running. I get a green light over here, and I have an LED here that shows that my motor is running. I'm going to go ahead and hit stop. And now I'm going to change my 2-position selector switch to the jog mode, and immediately I should get the blue light. Okay, so you can see the blue light down here, and you can see that I'm energizing that output in this rung because now this switch is in the open position, and I'm examining for open, so I have logical continuity from that instruction, and since that's the only one in this rung, I have rung continuity, and that's why I'm energizing that. So now if I push the start button, because I don't have logical continuity here, it doesn't make a difference what these two instructions evaluate to. They all have to have logical continuity. I will have a jog function. So that is shop job 1101. I hope that helps, and we'll see you in the next lesson.